There is someone in your life, perhaps from your past or even your present, who is carrying a profound sense of regret for the pain they have caused you. Whether this hurt was inflicted through words unspoken, choices poorly made, or actions taken without awareness, the weight of their remorse is real and growing. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is aligning energies to bring this realization to the surface, not just for them to acknowledge the harm they caused, but for you to begin or continue your own healing. This moment is part of a greater cosmic unfolding, and it comes bearing the potential for deep emotional release and transformation. This individual, whether they realize it fully or only in fragments, is beginning to comprehend the true impact of their behavior. Whether their recognition is conscious or occurs only in fleeting moments of reflection, something within them is shifting. They are beginning to understand the depth of the wounds they left on your spirit. Their journey may be silent and invisible to you, but make no mistake, there is movement happening beneath the surface. The pain you endured has echoed in the corridors of their own conscience. The universe wants you to know that the anguish, sadness, and heartbreak you experienced were not meaningless. Every tear, every ache in your chest, and every sleepless night had a purpose, not because suffering is deserved, but because every moment of pain also holds the seed of wisdom, growth, and renewal. Your emotions are real. They are valid. And more importantly, your healing is essential, not just for your well-being but for your continued evolution into the person you are destined to become. As this person wrestles with the weight of their regret, a door is opening for you, an opportunity to embrace the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about forgetting what happened or excusing the pain that was caused. It is not a gift you give to the one who hurt you, but rather a gift you offer to yourself. Forgiveness is liberation. It is the act of releasing yourself from the emotional shackles of bitterness, anger, and resentment. It is the first step toward reclaiming your peace, your wholeness, and your inner harmony. It takes great strength to forgive, not because it is easy, but because it requires us to face our pain, acknowledge it, and choose to rise above it. At the same time, it takes immense courage for someone to face their own failings, to truly confront the damage they've done, and to commit to a path of self-reflection and growth. This person is in the midst of such a transformation. Whether you see it or not, they are being pushed, by their conscience, by life, by spiritual forces, to evolve. And you are a catalyst in that process. Your pain, while not chosen, has become a mirror for them to see parts of themselves they once ignored or denied. Yet, this moment is not about them, it is about you. As you navigate the emotions stirred by this revelation, know that you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness. Your value is not defined by the actions of others. It is inherent and untouchable. Allow yourself to feel whatever arises, grief, anger, confusion, relief, but do not let these emotions imprison you. Instead, let them guide you gently toward greater self-awareness, compassion, and renewal. This is a time to nurture your own spirit. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Engage in practices that soothe your soul, whether that's journaling, meditation, creative expression, time in nature, or quiet reflection. Create space for yourself to feel safe, seen, and whole. You do not need to rush your healing. There is no timeline for mending a heart or restoring inner peace. Honor your journey. Take your time. In the intricate tapestry of existence, every relationship, every interaction, and every encounter carries meaning. Sometimes people come into our lives as blessings. Other times, they arrive as lessons. And occasionally, they are both. The pain you experienced was real, but so is your strength, your resilience, and your capacity to grow. You are not defined by what you have been through, but by how you choose to move forward from it. trust in the divine orchestration of your life's experiences. Everything you have endured has shaped you into someone more aware, more intuitive, and more capable of love, both for others and for yourself. Let this be a chapter of healing, of reclaiming your personal power, and of choosing peace over pain. Let forgiveness, not as acceptance of the wrong, but as a declaration of your freedom, guide you forward. You have already endured the storm. Now, it is time to stand in the calm that follows. You are strong. You are worthy. You are enough. Let the energy of forgiveness flow through you, and in doing so, make space for the restoration of your heart, the renewal of your spirit, and the full realization of your inner peace. There is someone close to you who is carrying a secret, one that they have been silently bearing for quite some time. This isn't just any hidden truth, it's something meaningful, something that could significantly shift your understanding of who they are and why they act the way they do. Particularly in the context of your relationship with them, this concealed truth has the power to bring clarity to many of the behaviors, inconsistencies, or emotional walls that may have puzzled or even hurt you. Deep down, they wish you knew what they were keeping inside. It's as if they hope you'll pick up on the things they haven't said, the words caught in their throat, the emotions buried beneath their carefully managed expressions. You, being perceptive and emotionally intuitive, may have already started to sense that there's more going on beneath the surface. Perhaps there have been moments when their words carried a double meaning, or when their actions seemed to speak louder than what they were willing to verbalize. It's not your imagination. These subtle signs, those pauses in conversations, the unspoken glances, the seemingly insignificant gestures, are deliberate. They're trying to communicate without directly exposing their truth, possibly because they don't yet feel safe or ready to be fully vulnerable. They are hoping, in their quiet way, that you'll be able to read between the lines and decode the hidden language of their heart. Despite their desire to be known, something is holding them back. It could be fear, shame, past trauma, or simply the overwhelming weight of the emotions tied to the secret they carry. Whatever it is, there's an invisible wall between you, one that they may not know how to tear down. Rather than confronting this barrier directly, they seem to be using a kind of emotional telepathy, staying emotionally close while mentally and spiritually distant. It's as if they want to remain present in your mind, a constant yet enigmatic figure, while they wrestle with what's happening behind the scenes. This person is not just emotionally complex, they are also deeply powerful in their energy and intentions. And yet, despite their strength, they are incredibly guarded. They've likely learned to protect themselves through emotional distance or ambiguity, especially in moments when they feel vulnerable. Still, their attachment to you runs deep. There is a physical and emotional connection that they value more than they may admit. This bond complicates things. On one hand, they crave closeness and connection, on the other, they fear what might happen if you see their full, unfiltered truth. Think back to how things began between you two. In the early stages, they likely showed up with tenderness, kindness, even protectiveness. You saw a softer side of them, perhaps a side they rarely show to others. They may have gone out of their way to care for you, make you feel seen, or offer emotional warmth. Those initial experiences were not an illusion, they were a reflection of their genuine feelings. However, over time, something shifted. As they began navigating a deeply personal and likely painful awakening process, their behaviors started to change. They may have become inconsistent, distant, guarded, or even cold at times. You may have felt confused, hurt, or unsure of how to respond to this transformation. This shift wasn't about you. It was about them. They're facing inner challenges, perhaps unresolved wounds, personal growth, or spiritual transformations, that have pulled them into a state of emotional upheaval. Rather than seeking comfort through connection, they've turned inward, trying to process everything in solitude. But even in their withdrawal, they haven't let go of the connection with you. Their presence lingers, not just physically but emotionally and energetically. You're still on their mind, and they're still trying, albeit in a quiet, indirect way, to reach you. Your curiosity about what lies beneath the surface speaks volumes about your emotional depth and your commitment to this relationship. You care enough to wonder. You notice the subtle shifts, the small contradictions, the energy behind their silence. That speaks to your desire for something real, something deeper than surface-level connection. You want to know them, truly and fully, even if that means facing uncomfortable truths. Understanding what they're holding back may be the key to unlocking a new level in your relationship. It may provide the missing context for their actions and attitudes. It might also open the door to healing, both for them and for you. But that understanding will require patience, openness, and a willingness to sit with discomfort. You won't get all the answers at once, and they may not be ready to share everything right away. Still, your willingness to hold space for their unspoken story could make all the difference. As you move through this delicate and somewhat enchanted territory, remember that relationships, especially those with depth and emotional intensity, rarely follow a straight path. They twist and turn. They require effort, empathy, and sometimes silence. Be patient with them. Be patient with yourself. The journey to deeper connection often begins in the quiet, uncertain spaces between what is said and what is felt. Trust your intuition. Trust the bond you've built. And above all, stay open to the possibility that what's hidden today could become the foundation of greater understanding tomorrow.